Okay, I've waited way too long for someone to do Vegeta versus Thor, so I plan on doing it myself. Yes, I'm doing a voiceover because I'm finally able to, so let's get this started, alright? Now, this isn't just gonna be some regular Vegeta versus Thor fight where it's like base comics Thor versus super manga anime composite Vegeta, and then give Thor the win because I'm biased, or Vegeta the win because I'm biased. No, we are going over the best versions, in my opinion, the coolest and most powerful, well, not most powerful, the coolest versions of these characters. We are going over Xenoverse Vegeta, which has its heroes, anime and manga, all that shit, and we got Odin Force Thor, basically the one that everyone seems to use and say it's base Thor to wank him off. With all out of the way, let's begin! But before I start, we gotta tell you to subscribe, because that's pretty much what I've been doing here. Subscribe! One more thing, this is gonna be completely with no script, because quite frankly I'm sick of that. It makes it very annoying to go on. So I'm just gonna spitball it, and if you have a problem with that,
I might as well go back to the artificial intelligence voice.
But if you don't want me to do that, whatever, let's just start. Starting off with Odin Force Thor, using this power, he was able to fight the Black Winter and do comparable to what Galactus, in his strongest, actually did, meaning they would be at least comparable in power. One of the weakest versions of Galactus is stated to have no dimensions, so this would kind of mean that he is a high hyperversal to outerversal level of power of existence, which is actually backed up when Thor is stated to have existence transcending dimensions, which seems to be very consistent apparently. If it wasn't consistent, it'd more than likely be talking about hacks based, but apparently it's consistent enough, so here we are. This would easily get both characters of Galactus and Thor being basically above high hyperversal, but we cannot stop there to capture their true limits of their power. Galactus being at his strongest would actually put him above Lifebringer Galactus, who absorbed parts of Petronium, or whatever, Neutronium? Hold on. Fuck it. It is Neutronium, and this amps up Lifebringer Galactus so much, and he actually scales well above the Marvel cosmology, not the entirety of it, but far higher into it. And according to Saiyaman Speaks Marvel cosmology power scale, because he's way better at scaling this than I am, and I'm kind of using his video as a reference point, he would classify as high outerversal in that level of cosmology. And that's just Lifebringer Galactus, not the level of power he's using now with Odin Force Thor. Yeah, this is going to be a bit crazy. Now, the Black Winter, who Galactus and Thor were fighting in this fight, was just beating the shit out of them for pretty much most of the fight. It was until Odin Force Thor absorbed the energy from Galactus, the same energy that's far beyond Lifebringer Galactus, into a God Blast to one-shot the Black Winter. That's right, a God Blast with enough energy is enough to one-shot a person who's beaten the shit out of himself and another character who is just as strong, which is just some bullshit Kratos weapon one-shotting bullshit. So for a short summary, Galactus in his Lifebringer state is a high outerversal being who absorbed a portion of this high outerversal like energy. Odin Force Thor and this new amped version of Galactus is actually far superior. And Black Winter was decking both of them with ease. Then, with enough energy, in the God Blast, he one-shot the Black Winter. What? This doesn't make sense. This is an absurd gap. So, it doesn't just give Thor massively above high outerversal power, but it would also give him an ability to one-shot someone who is stronger than high universal power. Throw in the fact that being beyond dimensions and time and all that BS and all the constant bullshit, you know, he should very much be in irrelevant speeds level of territory. For durability, Thor would scale pretty much the same to his attack potency from taking attacks from being stronger than him, like the Black Winter, and, well, yeah, he would just have more into high universal power in his durability. For stamina, base Thor was able to fight for 40 days and 40 nights straight, spent 9 months without ever sleeping after losing Mjolnir, which his weapon that he uses, may I add, and he's also fought for 2 years without sleep or food or anything, so he's got some absurd stamina as well. For hacks, Thor has abilities like regeneration, element manipulation, oh I wonder how, using lightning, so that's pretty cool, energy manipulation. He can also use Mjolnir to absorb opponents' energy attacks and amplify them up by like 100 times and send them back, which is definitely not going to be a part of this fight now, is it? Thor can also amplify his stats with something called Warrior's Madness, amplifying it 10 times over, but he loses his mind, so basically he won't know who his opponent is, so it might be an issue for him, but the amplification is definitely worth it. Along with this, Thor actually has many resistances. He's immune to like diseases, poisons, electricity, unironically, age manipulation, which he also has resistances to matter manipulation, transmutation, soul manipulation, and even mind manipulation. And this is just base Thor I was referencing with the powers. With Mjolnir, he has the power of the God Blast, as we mentioned before, energy absorption and redirection, flight, force fields, energy sensing, and basically matter manipulation in of itself, as well as teleportation. And that's just the short summary of the amount of hacks that Thor has. Odin Force doesn't really add much, like he just amplifies it and it allows Thor to use it without Mjolnir, but it's still crazy. And even with all of his strengths, he is actually surprisingly intelligent. He's smart, what else is it to say? He's also got thousands of years of experience at just fighting and what. Basically, he might as well be a Dragon Ball Z character with his experience and skill, but of course Thor also has a lot of weaknesses. He usually holds back against his opponents when he wants to have a good fight, instead of full on destroy them at the beginning. And, well, his stats may actually weaken when he's caught off guard, similar to Blue Goku in Resurrection of F, but it rarely works anyway, so. And if he has the Odin Force, he is forced to enter a slumber called Odin's Sleep once a year. But this will not be used in this battle because be pretty lame, wouldn't it? With this, we now begin Xenoverse Vegeta. Current Xeno Vegeta would scale massively above Xeno Goku in base, who was able to absolutely beat the shit out of Demigra in his highest form, whose regular base form was going to warp the game and the real world. The game containing infinite dimensions as well as all space-time concepts, all reality like that. Throw this with the fact that Toki Toki is the reason of the infinite dimensions existing, as well as Demigra surpassing this level, absorbing Toki Toki, and achieving into the real world, which is beyond the Dragon Ball fiction or the Dragon Ball realm. It would give a metaphysical layer to reaching high universal. Remember, current Vegeta is far more powerful than the base Goku, who just stomped the ever-loving shit out of a stronger Demigra who was going to cause this. So, that's a thing, I guess. Transcending time like that would also give Goku, and by extension Vegeta, irrelevant speed. Moving on to hacks, Vegeta in Xenoverse, he's got a lot of hacks. Like, you thought Thor had a lot of hacks, he's got a lot of hacks. Like, he's got key manipulation and all that basic stuff, and he's got reactive evolution, he can grow, adaptation, immortality type 3, regeneration, he's got his own healing, information analysis, probability manipulation, a one-hit kill ability, which apparently if you raise your key enough, you will be able to beat someone in one hit, power nullification, stats reduction, immortality negation, regeneration negation, existence erasure, life manipulation, and he's got a lot of other hacks as well. Just like every other Dragon Ball character, his resistances are absurd as well. He can nullify BFR, corruption, magic, mind manipulation, madness manipulation, transmutation, soul manipulation, memory manipulation, absorption, time manipulation, time stop, information analysis, and power mimicry, acausality, type 1 and 4. He also just has a lot of other hacks as well. Resistance negation, conceptual manipulation, fate manipulation, immunity to fate manipulation, and the list just goes on. Don't remind me of forms though. Vegeta has Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4, and Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4, which is, I'm not really sure how powerful, but with the adaptation of God Key, which is stronger than Super Saiyan 3, on top of Super Saiyan 4, it just makes him absurdly powerful. Vegeta is also very skilled and experienced. Being an average, smart, intelligent person, he is a genius fighter, being far superior to himself as a younger person back in the Saiyan Saga, who was more skilled than Goku after training with King Kai for 6 months, when 1 month for King Kai is 1,000 years, 1,000 Earth years. Vegeta also has vaguely very high stamina. Like, he can fight for hours, days, weeks, apparently years in the hyperbolic time chamber, but it is reduced more and more through higher transformations, except for Super Saiyan, which is mastered, and Super Saiyan 4, because Super Saiyan 4 is just built different. And this Vegeta actually doesn't have any weaknesses. He doesn't let himself be too cocky or arrogant during fight. He basically is the perfect version of Vegeta. Really. In combat wise, of course. With this, let's get to the actual fight of who would win. Xenoverse Vegeta vs Odin Force Thor. Who wins? Well, it's interesting actually. Initially it seems like it's going to be the battle of the gods. Strongest versus the strongest, the mightiest versus the mightiest. Two of the most iconic characters in fiction facing off against each other. Who will win? Vegeta wins. And it's not even close. And I'm kind of annoyed that this is at the ending I got to. So much for that. But hold on, I hear you say. Okara, what do you mean? Thor is a part of Marvel Comics. Marvel Comics humans are boundless. How is this possibly possible? I don't get it. You're just a Dragon Ball fan. You're just the Dragon Ball tard who wants to wank Dragon Ball Are you serious? Fuck you, alright? This took a lot of work, time, and effort on my sick day. Fuck you. So, instead of complaining, listen to what I'm about to say. Let's be honest, it's not going to stop anyone. Alright, let's start. First off, Thor, being as strong as he is, being massively above high Altiversal, is great. But Vegeta's just got so more of an absurd gap between him and beginning of base Demigra, who is massively below base Xeno Goku, who is massively below base Xeno Vegeta currently, who is massively below Super Saiyan Xeno Vegeta, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4, Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4. The stats are 110% in Vegeta's favor And even if you add the God Blast to one-shotting, the amount of power we saw against the Black Winter, even absorbing energy, which by the way Vegeta can reverse in this version, it would not matter because the gap is just so much more advanced for Thor to catch up. Throw in the fact that this gap will include speed as well, and the fact that Vegeta just has so much more hacks, is resistant to every one of Thor's hacks, is so much more skilled because like hit an early state of Vegeta is got experience outweighing 1,000 years of earthly experience and skill, which had all earthly martial arts, which is just beyond anything Thor is capable of. Not to mention the fact that Xeno Vegeta scales comparable to Capsule Corp Vegeta in skill, who is trained with a literal angel and god of destruction, who has millions of years of experience, which just widens the gap even more. And the fact that Thor actually has weaknesses and Vegeta does not. This has got to be one of the most one-sided battles since Harjun vs Son Goku. And I'm not even exaggerating that. Maybe this is why this video hasn't been made. Like, maybe that's why I've been waiting for so long for someone to bring it out, that it's really just a stomp, and I'm kinda disappointed. Vegeta takes it massively. 0 negative difficulty in every category. There's gotta be a fight for Xenoverse characters that doesn't require you to wank a character or do anything. Or maybe there is. Thanks guys for watching this video. If you like it, dislike it, I don't mind. Like, if you at least enjoyed the video, I don't mind what your thoughts are regardless. Like, if you enjoyed the video, I think I did a good job. And if you think I did a good job, please go down and subscribe. Like the video, dislike it, I don't know, those things don't work anyway. Ring the bell so you can laugh at whatever I make next, and see ya!